So now you can see with all the studio lights offered here, we're looking at the RGB lighting effects. This is the glorious mode, and it is glorious. Hey everyone, Digital David here. Today in this video, I'm going to be checking out the glorious Model D- gaming mouse. I did receive this product to review, but any opinion expressed in this video is strictly my own. That being said, if you're interested in this product, you want to find out more about it, the link to it will be in the video description. You can see the retail box and packaging right here. Check it out. We can learn so much about this product on the back side. It looks great and it's jam-packed full of a lot of features. So front and center, you may have noticed on this side with our shiny sticker, this only weighs 61 grams. This is a very lightweight gaming mouse. And this mouse is made for people with small to medium-sized hands. So if you have larger hands, you're going to want to get the regular Model D. But if you have smaller hands, you're going to want to check out the Model D- that we have here. Now let's go ahead, let's open it up and look at the contents. Here are all the contents. First up, you can see we have a lot of product literature with a message from the CEO, some of their contact information on socials if you ever have any questions. Same with this card too, with more of their information if you ever need to reach out. Next, you can see we have some great stickers, additional glorious Model D- skates for the bottom of the mouse. And you can see we have our quick start guide right here walking us through the 6 buttons, the different DPI levels, and you can see our 9 different lighting effects. And on the backside, they walk you through installing the optional feet and additional settings if you want to download the glorious software for your mouse. And last but not least, check it out. You can see the mouse right here. Check out that beautiful honeycomb design. That helps make this very, very light weight, yet still rigid and strong. You can see our skates at the bottom. We will have to remove the blue before use. We have our DPI indicator light right here with the glorious logo and branding. Model D-, you can see that. Here it is from the side. We got the glorious logo again. And the other side, same thing, more logo and branding. Again, you can see left and right. Nice clickies. I really like how everything feels. Integrated mouse cable right there. You can see, kind of reminds me of the shoelace. And then we have our USB Type A connector with the nice, glorious, orangish, yellowy gold color right there. Now let's go ahead, let's try this out. So you can see we got the mouse connected to our PC right here. I went ahead, I also downloaded the glorious software for it. You can see that on the screen. So when you're looking at the software, we have multiple options and features to go over. So in the bottom left-hand corner down here, you can see we have 3 different profiles we can choose between. You can see we can add, delete, import, or export, or rename. And you can see we have our mouse model down here. This software works for the D and the D-. And then you can see we have our 6 different buttons, and we have so many different options to customize them. You can see what we want to choose for our left button, button number 1. We also have DPI settings, plus, minus, and you can see DPI loop. Then we have multimedia settings if we want. Then we have our DPI lock, so you can see that right there. And again, we can customize all of these with the same options and features. We also have a macro editor if that's important to you. You have a macro list in your key list. You can see new, delete, modify, delete, start recording. So you have a lot of different options and settings there to record your macros. And then you can see on the right-hand side, we have our DPI settings we can enable or disable. And that's as simple as pressing button number 6. And you can see we can cycle through the DPI settings. The green one's probably going to be keyed out. But we have our indicator light there cycling through the different options, and you can see it on the software too, going back and forth. So we have those 4 DPI modes enabled. Red is going to be the default option, but again, you can tweak that. That's the beauty of it, depending on your preferences. Then you can see we have our lighting effects right here. We'll look at those in a minute, but we have all the different effects. Then we have our mouse parameters, so you can adjust that. Same with our polling rate. So it looks like we've got 100 hertz all the way up to 1,000 hertz. And our debounce time, there's a little disclaimer before you change that. Just to help with any sort of lag, you can change that right there as you see fit. Hit apply and you're all set and ready to go, or restore if you want to go back to the original device settings. So now you can see with all the studio lights offered here, we're looking at the RGB lighting effects. This is the glorious mode, and it is glorious. It's definitely one of my favorite effects that we have. Look at the mouse from the side. Look at how good everything looks. It's just really a nice RGB effect. It looks really cool from the top too. So we'll leave the mouse like that as we look at our next couple. Next, we have seamless breathing. So this is going to pulse and change and cycle between colors with no seam. And what do I mean by that? Well, I'll show you, because the next effect is called just breathing. So with this one, we'll have a black, so there'll be no color as it transitions between the colors, whereas the seamless one doesn't have any of that black interruption, so I prefer the seamless one myself. Then we have single color, so you can see the red color we have. We can choose whatever color we want and adjust the brightness down to 25% or back up to 100%. Then we have our single color breathing, so it'll pulse red or whatever color you choose back and forth, just like so. Then we have tail. Here's our tail one. So we can adjust speed and brightness for the tail. Looks really cool. Beautiful RGB lights. Then we have rave. Get your rave on. You can see how that looks right there. We'll look at it from the sides. And we can choose our two colors, the speed and the brightness again. Then we have wave. So that's going to give us all the colors. Gorgeous colors there. And then lastly, we have our LED off if you don't want to have anything on. So let's go back to glorious mode with our gorgeous colors. So check that out. 9 different lighting effects. 8 are going to give you really cool effects. And then the 9th one is going to be the ability to turn off all the RGB lights. So now after using this mouse, let me share with you my final thoughts. First, I really only have good things to say about the glorious Model D- gaming mouse. It's lightweight, highly customizable, very responsive, and the RGB looks great. Now I know what you're saying. RGB will not help you perform any better in the games, and you're totally right. While you're gaming with this mouse, the RGB won't give you any sort of added boost. But I'd like to point out, at least if you're losing, you'll look cool doing it. So with that being said, what would I want to change about this mouse? Nothing with the hardware. I think they nailed this, especially because they give you 2 different sizing options. You can use the D- if you want a smaller mouse, maybe you have smaller hands, or you can use the regular D if you want a regular sized gaming mouse if you have medium to large size hands. So with all that to say though, there is a software change I would want to fix. So maybe it's coming in the future, I don't know. But currently as it stands, you have to download individual software like for the D and the D- versus their Model O or their O-. The software isn't compatible. So I would like to have just one software hub that identifies all of your glorious devices that are connected and allows you to change all the settings in one place as opposed to having multiple programs to download and open if you want to customize the RGB or the settings or anything like that. So hopefully that's coming in the future. But in regards to the hardware itself, I only have good things to say. Well, that concludes our video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget the product link will be in our video description below. Please go ahead, check it out, and do your shopping from there. Any purchase made through that link helps support our channel at no additional cost to you. So we're really grateful and thankful for all of your support. While you're at it, can you go ahead and hit that like button for us? And subscribe to our channel. We have new content coming out daily and we don't want you to miss anything. Please go ahead and give us a follow online and make it a clean sweep. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, Discord. You can message us on WeChat, check out our website, and join our free newsletter. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget new content daily, and we can't wait to see you in our next video.